I figured it out, didn't I? Number one, I got some constructive criticism and some advice from your buddies, my buddies. We're all buddies customs. Told me, hey, and I knew it was there, but I just kind of was like, eh. He's like, dude, you got two Kenzo's creations in the corner when that intro plays. And I said, yeah, you're right. I'll go back. So I went back and fixed that. And then I was looking at it, I was like, man, and then the screen is cut top and bottom. So I blew it up, made it to 16:9 and fixed that. And then I don't know if you guys noticed, but in the song, when it went from the HBO part to the secondary part, it went from loud to like super, super quiet. So I went back and I changed it. And for some reason, the sound on it was really quiet to start. So I just did it like 100 or 200% volume on that one. So it would match the level of the HBO. It's all little things, and I know nobody gives a shit, but sometimes it's nice when things come together. So anyway, I say hello and I say welcome to my fellow collectors on a Wednesday. I don't even know what day it is anymore. I almost called it in this week because I was so last night after everything, I was tired. And my body's not used to that. My body's not used to just doing everything and moving stuff around, trying to get everything situated. And I was like, wah, crybaby this morning. And I was like, maybe I won't do it. Maybe I'll just wait. Because everybody knows how much, anybody that caught those lives knows that, I got my work cut out for me with getting all this stuff boxed up and shipped out and everything. And well, first off, obviously getting it boxed up, talking about the shipping, get the shipping going and get it sent. And then the blind boxes in the past. So, I've got a whole bunch of shit to do. And it's gonna, I almost did, but then I was like, you know what? It's 2 hours. If you can't take 2 hours, it's your normal day. Don't be doing all these crazy extra days and then miss the day you're supposed to be here, where you're expected to be here. But Friday, that's probably another story. Friday, I'll probably call it in. I think this is this, no, it's the right way. I was going to say, I want to make sure. Hold on one second. Is this, no, it's the right way. Okay. You guys saw in the beginning, I had issues with operator error on this microphone. The way it's supposed to be is the two tabs here and then the mute button closer to you. And if you look at my previous lives, probably the first 15 lives, it was the wrong way. So the sound wasn't getting there correctly. So, but anyway, so we're rocking Voltron today. Got the, probably one of my favorite shirts that's non-Motu is my Voltron shirt. And yeah, so anyway, sorry, squirrel. I definitely, I'm glad I'm here. I feel good about it. I'm happy everybody could join. We're, we're trucking along. Let me jump into the chat and say hello. So this guy finished his live, I would imagine, but I think he posted this like way before. So Mr. Bumbling Boobs, Mr. Tasty Cake. We had Allison coming in super early, about 8 minutes before we even got going. Thank you, Allison. Welcome in. We got this idiot with his cool looking kid. God, that's an old picture, man. My son is like almost as tall as me now, standing up. It's crazy. We've got the collector in the house. Cruz as Gump and Hanks as Maverick. Honestly, that's kind of where I was getting at, where I was like, you know what, maybe I will do the live, but I'll make sure and do a very appropriate thumbnail. And it's one of those, like, if you know, if you've been here a couple times, if you've been here just the last few lives, you know exactly what's going on with that. Welcome into Nolan. Nolan's everywhere. I was just in 2 other lives where Nolan was in there, man. Shout out to Nolan, man. Nolan supports better than a triple D bra, man. You are the supporter of all supporters. That's copyright that. Don't take that from me. I made that up just now. All right, we've got GI Jetman. Welcome in, my friend. Let's see. We got MCR. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I worked hard on that thumbnail. That was, that's one of those things. What's up, Robert coming all the way from Louisiana. Welcome in, welcome in. We got Scarecrow is in the house. What's going on, brother? Like I said, I know I've been in contact with a lot of you, and I didn't give anything completely solid yet. I just, like I said, I want to get the cheapest shipping that I can, and I'm going to get the cheapest on everything. So I'm going to go through that. I said this the other night, but the pirate ship to where I'm going to make sure get the right boxes as tight as I can, get everything in there that's obviously safe, but at the same time, it's going to be economical. Measure them, weigh them, and then get them on there. That way I could send you the exact amount for shipping, and then we can get them out to you. So I will be back in contact with everybody probably the next, that's why I probably won't do Friday night show. I just want to try to work through this and not have to worry about like, oh, I got to do this before the show and this before the show. It's kind of takes and for me, I know my personality, and I've seen like the ADHD, and I've never been diagnosed with anything, but I have seen a lot of things when they talk about it, and they're like, if you have one thing to do in the afternoon and it ruins your day completely because all you think about is that moment. And it's like, that's how I am, to where if I have something going on, even like, I know I had to do a couple things beforehand and fix some things and all that, but like that does that to me where I'm like, shit, I got this to do at 7, but it's like 1 o'clock. What are you doing? Well, yeah, but I still have to do that at 7. That's you need to make sure. It's terrible. It's a horrible, horrible way to be. But anyway, yes, thank you, MCR. Yeah, Ultron's underrated, man. He doesn't get a lot of love from a lot of people. So there, speaking of the devil helping me out with my intro, Mr. My Buddies Customs. What's going on, my friend? Timescales, Grego's here all the way from California with the cowboy hat on. What's up, buddy? Yes. Nolan is in. It is official. Well, 50% official. We need Rhea too. Rhea completes the circle. Alf Inflict, what's going on, my friend? Yes, sir. Alf is like the drug addict that finally, I shouldn't say that stuff on YouTube. He is like that person that is hooked on stuff, finally got his stuff. He got his 3D printer in. And so I'm sure he's like, yay, I get to print stuff again. So sorry, dude. I don't know. YouTube and their words and stuff. What's up, Guru? How's it going, my friend? Welcome in. The Louisiana Voodoo Charm, the Winning Boys Magic. And I don't know why I always have to say Louisiana. You know what show? You know what I got it from? Was the coach, the asshole coach on Waterboy, when he's telling Bobby Boucher about how somebody forged his transcripts to get him into college, and he says, "Hey, no something school in hometown Louisiana," and so that's where I got it from. So, that's how it goes, I guess. All right, let's go. We're catching up a little bit. We've got coolest name on YouTube, Obi-Juan Chingones. Welcome in, my friend. Just love saying it, man. Love saying it. Right, and we're caught up. Hooray! Oh, that's from Crossroads. Okay, gotcha. Did I do the accent right on that one? Because I wasn't sure if I. Rhea said, "Say hi and chat." She's at her nephew's graduation. Hey, you know what? That counts. I'm gonna ring it up. That counts. We're official, damn it. That is the truth. Has anyone gotten their Shirella or Shira Barbie? I did see that Sight Beyond Sight got the Barbie. I don't know about Shirella. I didn't get an email about it being sent, and I got it first couple seconds like I always do. So I'm not sure. Jerry Reed was the actor who played the coach. Jerry Reed. Okay, there you go. You're fired. Yo, water boy. I told you a long time ago, you're fired. Mikey's here. What's up, buddy? Attorney and royalties in the house. Went to lunch later than 6. Missed the intro. Oh, and I fixed it up too, man. I cleaned it up. It's good, man. You have to check it again. Daniel Evans. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, and whoever believeth him shall not perish and have everlasting life. Judge not, lest you be judged. Love your neighbor as yourself. All right, Daniel. Amen. I grew up Catholic, so I've heard that many times. All right. Strung out on art right now. That's it, man. My art is printing and customizing Motu stuff. Shirella shipped already. Got the notice. Heck yeah. Cool. Thoughts on SDCC Turtles of Grayskull Skelly Shredder? We're definitely going to get to that. We are absolutely going to get to that. Let me check my email real quick before I get started and see if I've got anything from... I do not have anything from Mattel Creations. Darn it to darn it. Oh, well. Hey, you know, that's the way it goes. That's the way love goes, says Janet Jackson. That's the way love goes. All right. You know, it is a good quote. It's absolutely a good quote. And I think what he might be doing is going from live to live, and he just kind of random. What I'm really happy about is that somehow, some way, my live got on his timeline to where he could jump on there and send that. That's positive, right? That means that YouTube pushed me out so far that it reached Daniel Evans, and he was able to give us the you know, good moment. And especially just like last week when I was on my live in the garage and we had some jerk coming in talking terrible stuff, but that also means that the algorithm pushed it out to that guy's channel, and I didn't know who it was, and just like I didn't know who Daniel is, and I'll take it, you know, I'll take it. Yes, Fright Zone 2. We're getting to both of those. I've got both of them opened up and ready to share, and let's talk about it and see what we all think, and it's going to be kind of nice, right? Mikey's kind of mad that they're dropping it now. Too much at once. Mikey, you know, here's the deal. I'm with you for not just that reason, but I'm with you for a different reason. I don't like the fact that they're dropping. San Diego Comic-Con comes once a year. And you mean to tell me that you're going to drop a figure for the line that is no longer going to make any more figures? That's going to be the last one in that turtle line. And you're dropping it on San Diego Comic-Con? Like, I would have been okay if it would have just flip-flopped and they would have given us the Shredder by itself and then done the Fright Zone as the San Diego Comic-Con. Because why would you put the turtle line, which has given us everything it's going to give us until that last one? Everybody was like, well, maybe this one, because that picture had been surfacing, right? That one that the prototype had been surfacing. People have been showing it off, and I'm like, well, they're done though. But it's so weird for them to come out without after. Like that doesn't make any sense. That would have been something to where that would have flip-flopped. If they would have had that last year in the middle of all of it, it would have been great. And then they could have done too bad this year. I don't know. I just thought it was very strange that they dropped that at the Comic-Con event, which is once a year, and it's when the line is already done. Just my thoughts. Shane also says hello, but he's messing with the Doc Ock. Hey, you know, Shane's having himself a week, man, or a couple weeks. That's awesome, dude. I'm happy for him, man. It's one of those where you, like you said, you know, you only live once. You got, well, what do you say? You live every day. You only die once. I get it, but you know what I'm talking about. You live this life one time, and that's the way to do it. You know what? There's two cons. They're close together, and they're on opposite ends of the United States. But screw it. Go to both and have a damn good time. And that's what it's all about, right? Having a good time. Do I do one Fright Zone? I can't. I need two. She got two. Got to talk about the Fright Zone. Hell freaking yeah. All right. I see no Shirella reviews so far. Me neither. Usually it'll be Home Arcade or Cobweb, because both of them are very close to one of the different Mattel warehouses. So how far ahead do you think companies plan? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I would say that. I would say that at least a year and a half, right? Especially with all this crap going on with old Cheeto Man not knowing to make up his mind one way or the other. Tariffs and war and bombing and ceasefire and cussing up a storm, saying the F word on national television. I don't think I've ever seen any president do that before. That was a first timer. Like, what the hell, dude? Chill the hell out. Yeah, Nolan, that's a good idea. Don't forget to hit that like button. Hit it really hard on the head. And I did finally get a little bit of differences. Now, if anybody wants to join for next week when we have another race, I'm gonna, dude, I feel so bad because we keep doing these and I'm like still trying to catch up on but I will for sure. This is the nice thing is this week I'm completely motivated to get caught up on everything. I finally have a little bit of fundage in the bank so I can get it all done. And I was pretty embarrassed about not being able to ship them because I was freaking broke, which is really sad. But everything kind of came in at once. That freaking sale in the garage is going to be very nice as far as helping me out. Huge. Thank you, everybody. That's another thing. Shout out to everybody that not only just came, because if you came and hang out with me while I was sitting in the garage or sitting outside of my garage for 2 hours for 3 nights, I appreciate you guys just hanging out and chilling with me, but also the people that contributed and purchased things that obviously, I made sure to be fair about everything with the prices. I know you're getting something good. You guys know I had some pretty good stuff in there. And, but shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody that kind of participated and hung out with me during my sales. So thank you guys. It meant a lot. Really did. Thank you so much. An Evil Bay auction for a used complete Motu Classics Fisto today. Sent me back, but checked off the Motu Grail. Ooh, yeah, that one is, I'd never got that one. That one is a pricey one. But it's great. It is. The only one I ended up getting was the Club Gray Skull, which obviously is a lot cheaper and easier to get. So that one guy got his concept art Cyclone from Amazon UK. Wow. Oh, cool. Good. That's cool. That's really, really cool. He said. I don't know what you mean. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I'm not taking what you're putting down there, bro. So, Mr. Perfect. Well, and I want to get it all boxed up and stuff. I want to get it all marked and get that to where I'm shipping them out so I can get you the total. I want to get through the old Pirate Bay and get it done. I know this is a Motu chat, but I'm mad at myself after seeing the Rattler unboxing. I wish I had funded it. Yeah, I've heard good stuff about that one. It's definitely, see, no, it's a good one, Jetman. I mean, I haven't seen that many things for the HasLab stuff that's bad. It's crazy because it just takes so long, It's crazy. The guy, what's going on? Welcome in. I appreciate you joining. Yeah, I was off on that one, but it's like, hey, Beavis. Yeah. You're a farting knocker. That's all I got. I did, but you didn't type it in right. You put Oh boy. Pickles hard, the guy says. All right, everybody's saying hello. Okay. This the winner scene. That was my job for today, Alpha. So there it is. Everything's in process. Everything is being boxed. I'm going to get everything out. I'm going to have I didn't get them out yet because I did not get to the post office to get them shipped. But I've got the Dispara stuff. I've got the blind boxes that are needing to be sent out. And then after that, I go to the toys that need to be sent out. So the printed stuff start first. So the stuff that I'm backed up on is going out first. And then the stuff from the sale, then I'll get in contact with those. So everybody that's got stuff from the sale, just bear with me on that because I do need to send out the 3D print stuff before. And it's not like it's a huge thing. I just know for me, I'm so damn unorganized that I want to make sure and at least get situated where I'm done one at a time and then good to go. So yeah, there you go. So Faker Battlecat, I just skipped on by and didn't say hello. Welcome in, my friend. Welcome in. Is the sound okay? Am I a little bit too, because I'm pretty close to the microphone. It's not too loud, is it? Am I barking up a little? Let me check. Close to the microphone. It's not too loud, is it? Not too bad. Okay. Okay. We've got Alan in the house. Welcome, Vine Jungle Figure Factory. How are you, my friend? Welcome in. I did find a little extra some to throw in your box there that I think you'll enjoy. It's nothing huge, but it's something that you personally will enjoy. So, and I don't think you might not have it either, because I don't think you will. I think you'd be excited for it. I'm not Russian, but did I win the blind box? I can't remember. You did win some of the Dispara weapons. So you won the package of the swords and the staff for Dispara. So you did win something, but not the whole blind box, like the big stuff. But you did win the 3-pack of weapons. 3-pack? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. All right. Sound is good. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. How many blind boxes did you put together, man? You painted everything, dude. Hey, that whole rack of like the dowel stuff. I painted I was a painting fool. So before I started doing the sales in the garage, I was like, I'm not gonna just catch up for what I have in that I'm backed up on, but I'm also going to make sure that I have some for the next week and the week after and the week after. And I'm going to continue to do that, because I guess what I should have done, Alf, was done that first. I should have started doing the painting and had a good 10 to 15 weeks worth done before I started putting it out there, as opposed to just being like, okay, I'm going to start. But, you guys saw what happened. It kind of organically changed to where it was like, first it was, Crystal Castle stuff, and then it was a blind box unpainted, and then we talked, and then the week later we jumped right into the painted ones. So what I should have done is maybe waited a couple of weeks, had everything taken care of, and then started doing it, because then that way you guys wouldn't be waiting on stuff. But what happened too was it kind of worked out a little bit in the favor, because I know Sight Beyond Sight, which we had that one gigantic win, and Sight Beyond Sight, instead of getting a blind box, Sight Beyond Sight wanted a glow in the dark Jaga. So I did that instead, so I didn't have to worry about a blind box for Sight Beyond Sight. So, and there's a few other things like Mikey. I know Mikey, we got a blind box. I got some stands waiting for him as well for the convention that he missed out on because he didn't make it in time. Those assholes didn't let him in, man. Come on now. It's a bunch of crap, Mikey. They should have let you in. You were already in there last year. They should have done that. I liked Tom Hanks with Brad Pitt in the car movies. That was canceled? The car movie that was canceled? There was one that was canceled? I don't know. So Vine Jungle Figure Factory said he's in Louisiana and to consult a haunted car wash. Dude, that is so cool. That is such a cool freaking dude. Alan's got the coolest job in the world, man. Testes, 1, 2, 3. Testes. Testes. I'm not getting it tonight. Now you know. Absolutely. Half the battle, baby. It's amazing how many people can do a great Beavis and Butthead impersonation. If I don't talk too much, every time I talk too much, my voice just gets less and less and less. Actually, what I did today to get my voice down to at least semi okay is I got some honey and I just dropped some honey down the throat and try to clean out that vocal cords there, man. But it still didn't work. Still didn't really work. And you know what? I've always been able to do Beavis and Butthead. I used to draw them and I used to impersonate them in high school. That was pretty bad. Damn county fair. Dude, yeah, that is not fair. You're right. That county fair should be called the county not fair, assholes. They didn't even. So the story behind that one, Mikey, he went in last year and he had a really cool setup. I did send him a bunch of little stands for his vintage because he set up a vintage Masters of the Universe display. Freaking so good. And if you guys haven't seen it, get over to Mikey's. Mikey, you got a wrench? Put your link to your page on the chat, please. But he did a cool video with it and he showed off his thing at the San Diego County Fair. And then the next year he was trying to think about, kind of thinking about when it was, and they had called him and told him something about the size of stuff, what they were doing, but they didn't tell him anything about like, oh yeah, by the way, make sure you get your stuff in by next week. They just like, okay, thanks, bye. And then he called and they're like, oh yeah, we already got it all. It's already past the deadline. You can't go. And he's like, well, can't you make an exception? I was here last year and all that. And they're like, nah, like, screw you guys, man. That's some bullshit. DJ Glowing Ice, dude. But you know, there's one thing I've learned, timescales, and I've learned it over 40 some odd years. I say some odd because I wasn't doing impersonations when I was a baby, but 40 some odd years of my life, that impersonations, you only want to go so far with them. If you get two people going back and forth with impersonations, people are going to turn that shit off in 2.2 seconds. It's funny, like once, like you ever notice the guys that like get on the talk shows and they do the impersonations and they're like spot on with everything. They ask them maybe about 5 or 6 different voices and then they move on to whatever. But after a while, if you keep doing, I remember a few of my friends that just hated me because I overdid it. So self-awareness is key in life. So I decided, yeah, I'm never going to overdo a voice. I'm never going to beat a dead horse with that because it could be very off-putting, just so you know. and what is it? What's her name from the Hunger Games told Galifianakis that he should be off-putting because he's fat. He should be off-putting, like, you know, off-putting. Anyway, sorry. That was from that Fern show that he had. So anyway, I would like to welcome y'all to my crazy, you know, and like I said, I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to talk about anything. I have nothing to say. I'm so completely freaking, like, I got nothing. I'm like, hey, I did 3 lives this week and I did all these damn lives in the garage. But you know what I did find in the garage that I said, hey, I can jump into my Wednesday and open them up. What up, Jason? Hold on. Let me give you some balloons, Jason. This is what happens when you're late. You get balloons. Yay. Anyway. Oh, and Steve, too. Steve, you get balloons because you fell asleep. Yay. All right. All right. So I got a few things to open up tonight. I haven't opened them up yet. I put these in the garage and I decided that I'm going to clean this up again. I think the air conditioner that is right outside my door is a swamp cooler. And if anybody knows, and if anybody's had a swamp cooler ever, you know how annoying it is for 2 reasons. Well, beside the fact that it gets you completely, it's humid in the house all the time, but that makes the door swell. And like, so it's a lot harder to open and close the back door because the way it's swelled up, because all the wood around the frame made the wood swell. And then a lot of this stuff falls, like the humidity in it. I don't know if it's the moisture and it changes things or what, but or maybe even just the air circulation, like flowing the air through here because I've got the air blowing on high in there. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 areas over here that are completely destroyed. 7, 8 different areas that are destroyed from toy avalanche stuff. So it's crazy. So I'm gonna have to go through everything. I'm gonna switch some stuff up. I'm gonna put some different. I got my 2 GI Joe areas. I got my woman area, my badass woman area. I've got classics. I've got cartoon collection, Masterverse, Turtles of Grayskull, Snake Man. I'm going to work Jada in there somewhere. I want to do an area where I have all my Jada set up because these figures are too freaking awesome to keep in the box. Look at this guy. Come on, man. Dalsum look at that, dude. I know whoever's got him already pretty much has him open and stuff, but man, I really like this one. Yes, Mikey, moist. The word of the day is moist. And as speaking moistly having the second coolest name on YouTube next to, guys already know. Guys already know. Let me go back. Throw him up. Throw him up. Where you at? Oh, I got to go way up to see where he's at. Oh, God. Now it's not even cool anymore. Like, I give up. This guy. Coolest name on YouTube. Speaking Moistly is the second coolest. Oh, man. I want a couple. Just got my central AC heat replaced. Yeah. It's pretty so much money. Yeah, and it's pretty bad. Like, I know this house was built in the 70s and it's a bi-level. So I mean, I've got the 2 rooms up here. So I got Merrick's bedroom there, this toy room, and then a bathroom in the middle, kitchen, living room, dining room area. The dining room area has a damn treadmill in it because Merrick wanted one, and I bought one at the New Horizon, and it's in really good shape, but now it's not being used. But he's playing basketball, which is, to hell with that treadmill. He's playing basketball. I'm happy. And then downstairs, you got the foyer as you walk in, and then you go downstairs again, and you have my work area, which I think I'm going to move that couch upstairs and then maybe start doing my lives downstairs, which I think I already told you guys that last week. But I want to get that kind of rolling a little bit too, but I got to clean first, which I'm not good at either. Steve said something here that I missed. He said he had a job at Target and found the sketchbook series Horde pack just went on clearance. Oh, well, and I bet I'd have to travel to Colorado Springs if I wanted to get any of those, but I did get my one, so I got 2. Actually, I got one, and then they gave me a busted ass box, so I bitched at them, and they told me keep that one. We'll send you another one. So I do have 2, but I only paid for one. Good old Target. Even want a couple, just got my central AC heat replaced. There you go. That's the way to do it, man. Yeah, and it is what, like 5. It used to be like $4,000, and now it's probably double that, just with everything changing. Target clearance did not clearance them yet. Dave's Dimension is in the house. He's lurking in the darkness. Welcome in, my friend. When I ripped my knee open, the nurse says to keep it moist, and I could not stop from laughing. Man, come on, Greg, grow up. You know, you need to grow. I'm not surrounded by toys because I didn't grow up. I just kidding. Don't grow up. Menhoza's in the house. What's up, buddy? Welcome in. That is such a cool picture. Explain. Give me a little rundown on your picture, Menhoza. I like it. It's like half of me wants to laugh, but then the top part's actually really cool. Oh, goodness. All right. Yeah, see, I tell you this is the last place to tell anyone to grow up. I go, hey, grow up. Never mind. Don't do that. Don't grow up. I have a oh yes, put StreamYard as look at this. Hey guys, I'm gonna share my referral link to StreamYard in my chat. No, I'm not. That's stupid. A bunch of Toys R Us kids in here. That's right. My son, and of course my son shows me something that it was like it was probably one of the last ones that like when they first started closing, and they didn't like the ones in Canada. I don't know if they were still up, but I guess it might have been just US. But they had a picture of Jeffrey walking out with the suitcase, and it's like, I guess you all grew up because there's no more Toys R Us kids or something like that. And he was like, look, Dad, this is sad. And I'm like, yeah, it's pretty sad, but I didn't even have a Toys R Us close to me. I had a KB. Like, we had a KB in Pueblo, and I lived in Walsenburg, so I had a 30-minute drive to come up to see the KB toy store, which I got some cool stuff from KB. I gotta say, I'll always remember I bought Mega Man 2 with my own money at KB toy store. It was $48. I had won $102.70 from 102.7 The Cat. It was like I think it was just like a pop station or whatever at the time. But I was 14 years old or 13 years old. I won it. And I was all nervous. I had a friend of mine that was a little older than me. So when I had won, and they're like, well, let's get your information real quick. And so I had him put his information because he was a little older. I didn't think they were going to give it to me because I was so young. So I gave him a little bit, I didn't split it exactly in half, but I gave him some for helping me out with that one. But that's what I did with that money. I went to KB Toy Store and I bought Mega Man 2, one of my favorite games of all time, that's for sure. I just rebooted my Pixel 9 Pro and installed Android 16. It's probably brick now. Oh no. Tom wants some cheese. Cheese. Menhoza did a custom of myself as a cyberpunk nomad character using WWE Top Dollar Fig. That is cool, man. That is so cool. Yeah, because I saw the cyber part of it where you can see the arm there, and that's cool, man. That's awesome. Nomski, what's going on? Welcome, man. I was more of a KB Toys kid. We didn't get a Toys R Us probably until I was a teenager. Yeah, what's crazy is we got this we got a Toys R Us after I graduated high school. And obviously I was not back into toys yet. Like I was definitely not into toys at that point. I was into drinking and girls. That's all I wanted to do. But it turned into a Goodwill. Same building. They kept the building. You could tell it was a toy, like where you walk in, it's got the big sliding doors to start out. But yeah, it's a damn Goodwill in there. Something from Google seems to have actually worked. Hey, there you go. And the award for most random comment goes to Tasty Cake. Yes, he wanted cheese. That definitely was pretty random. It was random that you just out of blue said you wanted cheese. You know. It was random. It was absolutely like my kid's YouTube channel is called Channel Does Random. It is so cool, man. I don't know. It's funny as he's getting older, like, you know, you're like, oh, when your kid's like real little, you're like, oh, he's so cute. And then, you know, oh, and then they get a little older and they just still like, oh, it's just a cute little kid. And then it gets to that awkward phase when they're going through stuff and they're 12 years old and stuff. But man, my kid is so cool, man. I miss him already. He's staying with me that's the other reason why I'm going to cancel Friday is Merrick's going to stay with me on Friday night. He usually stays we switch back and forth where I have him. So I have him Sunday night, Monday night, and then Thursday night, and then Saturday night, some other, you know, but then this week his mom's going to a wedding or something. So I get him Friday night. So we're going to be hanging out, playing some basketball, playing some, I don't know, some Nintendo Switch 1, because, you know, I ain't getting no Switch 2. I can't even afford to get some toys anymore. He always wants, that is true. Tasty Cake always wants cheese, but not a lot of people know that. So that's why it was definitely random. So Alan is saying, working and watching, editing my video for my main channel. All right. Started out Child World and Play World kid, then Toys R Us and KB. Child World. I'd never heard of Child World. I heard of Play World because it was Lionel, right? Lionel Play World. Turn that frown upside down. Upside down. Lionel Play World makes it easy for you. Something, something, something with the best something around. Let Lionel Play World turn that frown upside down. Perfect. I'm pretty excited about this one. This one's a good one. All right, let's see. Menhoza says, I was lucky enough to have a real toy hobby growing up. It's called Uncle Don's. It was the best and had this huge train and city set there. That is too cool, man. That is awesome. That you know what? And I guarantee it was one of those where that was so much more. Guarantee you, Uncle Don was a happy dude, and he, you know, to open up a store like that, and it's from the heart, man. The mom and pop stuff, it's just, I don't know, just means a lot more than like the Toys R Us and shit like that. It's just so cool. We never had any kind of mom and pops place anywhere around here. Jetman always had the cool stuff around him since he's up on the East Coast, I bet, right? But I guess East Coast depends on where you're at, because a lot of places are like, we don't have any of that shit where I'm at in the East Coast. He does, dude. Like, that's what I was just cutting out right now. He's got look at this, man. This is just arms. That's why I was kind of like, I have to open him up, especially. Like, he was the one for sure that I was excited about. And here's the legs. And they're bendy. So you can have him sit up and doing like the pose where he's meditating or whatever. And but yeah, so it's got the bendy legs and the bendy arms. Talk about cool. Like Jada doesn't mess around. Never heard of Child World, Circus World in the mall. Yoga Flame, Yoga Fire. So didn't they say they were doing is it this week, this year's Comic-Con where they're doing like the burnt up body of Yoga Flame? Oh, sorry. Did anyone bring up the awesome shirt I'm wearing? Oh yeah. I think I might have brought it up myself because this actually I kind of just mentioned this is other than the Motu Castlevania, the Motuvania or Mastervania one. That's probably my favorite shirt, but this one's definitely my second favorite because yeah, love me some Voltron, man. Okay, man, they hid this one under his waist. Sorry guys, hopefully that's not loud. I do have like the sound turned off on the mess up sound, you know. So it has basically your typical, you know, Jada freaking articulation with all this awesomeness. Like, come on, man. So, and then I don't know exactly. I think it's just kind of right. I probably would need to heat it up, I guess. Let's see. So this one is just going to probably go right on the bicep. Yep. Oh, came off easy. Looky there, man. Let's see. Make sure I got the right hand there. Nope, that's not the right one. It's this one. Dude, that's so cool. And butterflies, of course. You got the butterfly joints behind. This guy's top notch, man. I like him a lot. And then he's got the pissed off face also. Like I guess it could be what, breathing fire. If you want, it would be nice if it came with fire, but I bet we could find some fire, or I could 3D print some fire kind of coming out, right? But I think that's what they're doing with that one, where they're actually selling a kit, or they're selling something with the guy that's on fire after you burn him. And I don't know I think it might come with the flame also, which is kind of cool. Kittyland is mainly toy retailer in Japan, with some locations being up to 6 stories. Damn, that's crazy. And it's so cool because it gives you that, it shows you where the elbow is on it. Yeah, dude. It's and because the cool part about it is that yeah, you're getting all of this articulation, but how random that they're giving you like a bendable arm and leg, like to do. I guess I should just show you guys. Like, I'm sure you've probably all seen it. He's been out for quite a while, but let's just look at him through with all of the stuff taken out. So this is going to be, I guess, up here, right? Yep. Let's see. Makes it easy for you. Now I got that Lionel Playworld song in my head. And actually, I think the Lionel Playworld was Kitty City before, right? So they're like, so let Lionel Kitty City turn that frown upside down. And then they turned it to Playworld after that. Dude, this is cool, man. Look at that foot to the face. Whoosh. Oh my god. Like doing a little side roundhouse kick. Whoosh. Whoosh. Perfect. Dude, I like it. He's like freaking cool, man. Does anybody have who in the chat has this guy? He looks so goofy. It's funny. I love it. Because of course his arms just extend when he's punching and they kick when he's punching. Otherwise he stands normally. But having him with this, oh my god, high waters. Oh man, that's some good shit. Toys of time gone by. Welcome in, my friend. Oh goodness, lunch is over. All right, Mikey. Thanks for coming in, my friend. Enjoy. Hopefully the night goes by pretty quick over there at work. Just like Gumby and Pokey. Yep, absolutely, man. That is good shit, man. It's going to make tacos and kids want to go to McDonald's instead. Oh my goodness. You know, sometimes, every now and then, I haven't been, of course, because I've been broke, but I haven't been taking Merrick. Merrick hasn't really been asking for it either, though. Like, it's been kind of nice where, he's been trying a few other things. Granted, I'm still a bachelor, so I still got a lot of bachelor food in the house. But at least he's trying some other stuff. Like, he wasn't even eating like tacos and shit. Like, he wasn't eating any of that. But now he's like, he wouldn't even touch Hamburger Helper. It was weird, even though that's not good for you. It's just he wasn't trying much because, I mean, he is on the spectrum, and I guess there is something with the particulars of the food and stuff like that that's normal. But it's kind of cool. He's getting a little older, and he's starting to eat other things, which is kind of nice. A little bit better than I did because I was really bad. I was a bad eater, man. All right. So after, and I'm sorry I did this after Mikey's left because I wish I would have thought about this before and done this while Mikey was here. I would like to jump over. What's going on? Skunkworks Studios. It is, right? It's like when you have him with the standard parts, it's perfect. It's great. But when you put these on, it looks goofy, but that's what he did, right? That was his thing in the game. Like he put his arm, he punched out, and his arm extended like that. I don't know. I think that was really cool. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with this guy. He's pretty kick ass. But anyway, so what I was going to say is what I wanted to jump over to, and I should have done this while Mikey was here with our Motu stuff. Yeah, I mean, and when you hear it, you think like, oh no, what does that mean? Like what's going to happen? And you got to learn a lot of things. You have to really put your research in to figure out, because it is such a vast spectrum is the reason why they call it that. And it's like, you have to know the differences of really low functioning, nonverbal, and all this other stuff, to where Merrick is on that extremely high functioning, and which I'm thankful for, which either way, it wouldn't matter. It doesn't matter. I wouldn't love him any less. It's just one of those where, he's got certain tells, he's got certain things that, that I know, but it's also like, I feel like he has a lot more compassion, and he's got more of, I don't know, he's got a stronger heart than people do. It's like he feels a lot. He's just a very good kid, and I love it, man. I always said, you know what, you want a smart kid, you want a kid that's going to be successful, but ultimately, as long as your kid is happy and has a good heart, it's all you need, man. It's all you absolutely need. So, and you need a little doggy, huh? My little Isabel comes looking at me like, what are you doing, Dad? All right. Let's see. So let me jump down a little bit. So we've got everybody caught up, I think. Yes, that's what we're going to jump over to real quick. You genius, what's going on, my friend? Welcome in. May have to go Burger King soon. Try the Dragon Mozzarella cheesesteaks with Calabrian chili pepper. Show the pup. Okay, come on, honey. Oh God, don't fall. See, that's what I do. I knock shit over. It didn't fall. We're good. Come here. I got some more Street Fighter stuff on the floor. Come on. Come on, little girl. Oh. Okie dokie. Oh. This is my little girl. This is Isabel. She's my little girl. Let's see. I'll put this down a little bit. What's that? What's that? What's that, little girl? What's that? What's you doing? Look, what's that? What's that? Look, that's you. Looky. What's that? Oh, that's my honey. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, she's a good girl, man. And I think I've told this story before, but if you haven't been here, I'll tell you one more time. So she was on puppy death row, man. She was in a kill shelter, and my mom's best friend's daughter, they grew up on a farm, grew up on a ranch. They're big time animal people. She heard about there was about 25 to 30 dogs that were on doggy death row because they'd been in this shelter forever, and they were running out of room. So they got them and they were getting ready. And so she called the place. She found out a place that was on the western slope that was going to that was a no-kill. And so she took all the dogs. She got all 20, some of them, brought them to her house, and was driving them over to the western slope, which is another 4 hours. And she saved all these dogs. And she called me and she says, hey, she goes, it would work out and you'd have to do like all the adoption stuff with this new place. But if you'd like to come by, it would just be the regular adoption fee if you want to come by and get another dog. Because we had a little black dog, little Isabel, this one's Isabel, little Lucy. And she needed a little friend, so we got Isabel, and she has been, I've never had a better dog. She's very calm, she's very happy. She doesn't get crazy and bark. She's not a yapper. She is just, honestly, like, she sleeps, I take her in bed with me. She's got a little spot, like I lay a softer blanket on the top, and she kind of jumps up and she knows exactly where to go. She jumps on her little spot. And then when Merrick's here, she sleeps with Merrick. So she's a good girl, huh? What's your good girl? Okay, I'm going to get back to my show, okay? Let me get back to my show. All right, good girl. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Sorry, there's stuff there. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, sorry about that. It's never a bad thing when the dog interrupts, because like I said, she's freaking awesome. She was looking a little bit, right? What's up, Tony? How's it going, my friend? Yeah, dude. She's I guess I didn't know what because of course she was adopted in a like the shelter didn't have any information. But I thought at first that she was like there was a Portuguese dog that had the same markings and same color, but then somebody asked and said, "Oh, it's a I just blanked again. Jack Russell." And I was like, I don't know, maybe. So I think she does have a lot of Jack Russell in her because of the color and the markings and stuff. So I think she has a mixture, but she stares at you like you're petting her. Like some dogs don't like to make eye contact, but she'll just stare at you like, I love you. She is such a good girl. Oh, honey, such a good girl. Yes, you are. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Let's see. All right. Yeah. I definitely am a dog person. I'm a huge dog lover, man. I definitely am a dog person. Absolutely, man. And that's the other thing. Like when people they spend all these thousands and thousands of dollars on animals. It's like, man, just go to the shelter. Do you know how many dogs? I mean, they know where they're at, and it's almost like they appreciate you just as much, man. Like when you save a dog, and I think they know. Like I've gotten every dog I've ever had from a shelter, and I've had some really, really good dogs. Unfortunately, Lucy got pulled through. My neighbor had a pit bull, and they chewed through the fence and pulled her through. And thankfully, Isabel didn't. They didn't get both of them, but he got Lucy, and Lucy didn't make it. And it was crazy because I got back from work, and Isabel was like yelping at the door, like loud, like crying at the door. And I ran in and I was like, what's the matter? And she was yelping and crying. And then she ran to the door and ran to the back door, ran back. And so I was like, I went to the back and she was barking, and she ran back to the fence where it was broken, and she was barking and barking. And I looked over, and Lucy was up against the house, and she was gone. And it was like, and my son was with me, and Merrick picked her out. Like, that was one of the hardest things I had to do, was go through that, because he was broken, man. It sucked so bad. But long story turned into this was that Merrick and Isabel have gotten so close since then. Isabel was a little bit sheepish, a little shy and stuff at the beginning when we had both dogs. But now that it's just her and us, like, man, her and Merrick, like, when he gets here, she'll just run up and she'll play with him. And then, like, when he sits down, she runs right up there and just snuggles up on him. And she, like I said, she sleeps with him at night when he's here. And it ends up being to where, yeah, we miss Lucy a lot. It was nice. I mean, Lucy was also a really good dog, but I'm really glad that that Isabel's here. Because anyway, sorry, off topic. Whoa, there's a really off topic. That's a good question. I don't know. I think Mattel's been doing pretty good lately. I mean, and a lot of, I mean, you get it. I guess you could hear it when you hear it from the collectors about it. Like, and I mean, every company's going to have a collector that bitches about stuff, but I don't know. I think they both do pretty good with, I mean, as far as the IPs. I mean, I just being a Masters collector, I think that's huge, where they've gone off and they've had their standards, they had their cartoon collection, they're getting through the 87 movie with Masterverse. They're coming through with the Thundercats, and I mean, they've gotten so good with pushing it out. I mean, well, of course, just the Barbie She-Ra that just came out, they're crossing it a little bit. And I don't know, I think both do pretty good, but I think Mattel might have an edge. It's my opinion, maybe just because I'm a Mattel guy. I'm not a Mattel guy, but I collect Masters of the Universe. But just from what I collect, I think Mattel does really good. So I don't know. Like I said, competition wise, I don't know who's better, but teach a lot of kids in the area. Also, doctor that focus on abnormal. The kids are great. Don't let an excuse to be lazy, and actually truly amazing if allowed to flourish. Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely, man. It's true. It's not. Those are the things you think about in the beginning when they're little. Like, he was diagnosed at that. Well, I kind of had an idea. We got him tested when he was, well, I thought at 3 that we might want to get him tested just by some of the things he was doing. And we got him tested. Finally, they got us in in a year. It took a year to get him into Children's Hospital to get him tested, and everything, it turned out he was. But these are just things that you think as a parent, not a young parent, but as a parent that's never dealt with it. But once you're there and once you're involved, I never let Merrick, and that's the other thing. Like, he's gotten off of the IEP for school, so he's not on that specialized plan for him. He does not need extra schooling. He does not need timeout stuff. He does not need to go to a room where it's a de-escalating room. He just figured it out, and he knows how to do it. He knows how to release a lot of that tension and stuff. And he's getting better every day. And as he gets older, and of course, social situations, he knows what he doesn't, he knows how to control it, basically anything that's there, and he doesn't even need to, but that's what he's doing. And I couldn't be more proud of him. Like, he's just freaking awesome. I just couldn't ask for a better kid. Dogs are the best, man. I love dogs more than half the dogs are better. Well, most of the dogs are better than people, I'll tell you that. Hasbro does not handle their IPs better. Example, Power Rangers. That's a good point. They sold off the suits and props from the show to make money that they put in. Wow. There you go. Imagine Star Wars or G.I. Joe crossing over with Motu. Dude, honestly, like, I saw some of those customs back in the day, and I think there was another thing just lately they tried to do, but those custom Transformer Motu was pretty badass. Like, I remember seeing that one custom that was a He-Man Prime and a Megatron Skeletor, that was sick as hell, man. And I know it was just like a color difference and maybe the face, but those two were great. I would love to see a Transformers crossover. Yeah, I think so too. And as much as I wanted Thundercats, granted, I don't have any of them yet, but I really want Thundercats to be the best one. But I think you're right. So far, we haven't seen anything else besides the beginning ones. But I think like the Panthro is going to be great. That Tigra looks good. Like the ones that we haven't seen out yet, like the ones Home Arcade's got, you know, that first wave, and I think it looks awesome. Like that, the Mumra is great. I like that Mumra Skeletor, and I mean, even the Chitara looks really good. I don't know. I think once we get the collection coming out of that set, like, I don't know. The hard part is where I'm at financially. I'm really like screwed up because we've got the Thundercat stuff. We got these 2 new drops with the old Turtle line coming back, and the Fright Zone, and then Mask is coming right at the beginning of the month. Like, fuck, man. Like, granted, I know a lot of the pre-order stuff's not going to be hitting pre-order. Like, the money's not coming out until further down the road. So that's going to be a good thing for me, because obviously then I'll have a job and have money coming in, and I don't have to worry about it. So Sky's Cavern Library Comics, and I didn't even say welcome in, but welcome in, my friend. In your humble opinion, the real test will be when Motu movies come out, and we'll see if Mattel can do well like Hasbro did, say Transformers. Yeah. Well, I mean, they've already got one leg up, even though I didn't watch it, but I think that Barbie movie hit pretty good as far as being a popular set. So I think that's one that did prove that they can. I pray that the Masters movie's good. I can't wait. Really can't wait for that one to come out, man. Motu for Mattel is not that big of a priority. Hot Wheels and Barbie are the real monsters. Yeah, they are. Absolutely. And they've always been. Hot Wheels and Barbie have carried this line forever. It's always been the two. And I agree 100%. Me just being a fan of it, obviously I'm just knee deep in the master stuff. Teacher here as well, not accredited. Not accredited? 5.5. Joe in the 5.8 scale would be pretty awesome. I mean, there would be. It would be. I and I think we've seen a few different customs like that. I think he did it the other way around, where he did Motu in the classified line. But hey, you know what? I've got all this stuff with 3D printers. I should just make a hooded Cobra Commander in the 5.5 line, right? Ooh, let's do that. Let's do that. What do you think, guys? Like I said, my channel is definitely going to change a little, gearing more toward customs than unboxings. I still, of course, I got a Shirella, so I'm definitely going to have that one. But I definitely am going to do a lot more of the channel being, because there was so many random things that I would buy and have unboxing with, like it just, I'm not going to be doing that anymore. Hope we get more than 2 waves. I agree. I really hope we do, man. I hope because we've got so much more to tackle. I mean, you've got the twins, you've got Snarf, you've got the snowman, you've got Snow Meow. You're gonna have Snow Meow. You've got the Hachiman, you've got the police lady, you've got the Cracker, Uncle Cracker, Captain Cracker. Well, Jaga, you got Ghost Jaga, regular Jaga, you've got Pumra, you've got Slithe right here above me. Like all of these behind me, they can do all of that. I was looking forward to a Baxter Stockman Motu crossover figure. Baxter Stockman, why am I blanked on that? This don't make fun of me. I'm sorry that I don't know that. Let me look. That's terrible that I don't know. Okay, I got you. That's because I'm not a turtle guy, but this one, yeah, I got you. Hope we get more than 2 waves of Thundercats crossover. Yeah, you should make your own figures like Mad Hatter. Oof. Man, you got to have a lot of capital to start. I guess I could run and try to get some, if I can get a backer of some sort, right? They could do that, because you would need to you wouldn't even need to be creative enough to where you'd have to make it yourself. You would just have to do some sketch. It's not saying this is easy by any means. I'm just saying, like, your goal is to have a story and to come up with the characters, and then you have an artist, you hire someone to make the figure, and you have the people that you got to just know a lot of people. I know that for sure. That would be cool. Yeah, the burbles, got to have the burbles too. The snarf, or you right. It makes perfect sense to do that. You've got to have a snorko, or snorko is all you could really do, right? Snarf, orko, all the mutants. Absolutely, I agree. I was thinking about resin printing, but I don't know if it's the resin. It's a mess and a lot of fumes. Yeah, dude. So it depends on where you live and how you live. If you're in an apartment and you have other people beside yourself, if you have a house and you have a nice little room you can isolate, hell yeah, it's great, man. Like some people do it in their garage if they can temperature control their garage. Some people do like Uncle Jesse has he's got a whole building that I think he bought a building, or he has a building he uses. But some people, have a little like tough shed built and do their little, like Corey from Make Shape Create. He's got an area. I don't know I think he has his printers in there. He might have just one printer, but that's like the perfect area to do printers because it's away from family. It's away from everyone. I personally have mine in a walk-in closet, and it's like my bedroom and the walk-in closet are down in the very corner of the basement, and I have a window right there, so I have it open to get the circulation of air through there. During the winter, it's kind of tough, like because I don't really have a lot of circulation because I don't want to have a window open in the freezing cold of Colorado. But I think, and also the type of printer, if you want just if you want to print for small stuff, then resin is definitely your best bet. If you want to print like the larger scale stuff, then yeah, those FDM printers, and even those new bamboo ones aren't too bad with printing any size. I've seen a lot of really nice printers or nice prints with the Bamboo Lab stuff. But for me, the resin, dude, absolutely love the resin print stuff. Like all of this is so, like the detail on these are so freaking awesome. And there's nothing like it for me as far as getting detail. Like this is a print. This is a 3D freaking print the detail is just amazing. Of course, the painting is good too. Ha ha ha. Just kidding. But it is. I did match the paint to the actual Beastman shield. So, but I think it'd be, depending on your situation, I would always recommend the 3D printers because they're freaking fun as hell. Just be careful when you're in. Random Diorama sent me a video of it was Malcolm in the Middle, and there was a scene on there when he goes, once you're in, you never get out. And it's like what people ask when people ask me about 3D printing, and I tell them this, and it's true. Oh shit, Jason starting it off with a super sticker for $2.99. Let's get him the good long one for the first backer of the night. Let's go. There we go. Didn't know what I was doing there. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it, man. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I really do. Sky's Cavern Library Comics. Slight change of topic. I'm kind of surprised we haven't gotten Anti-Eternia and or Slime Pit He-Man in Masterverse yet. I think your giant size Anti-Eternia He-Man in the background reminded me. Yeah, do I have a giant size one? Anti-Eternia, where are you at? I'm trying to look. Oh, up here. Yeah. That one's a vintage style, but I've made him. That one's like a 9-inch, I think. I think that one's like 150% size. Yeah, I'm surprised too, but I'm not worried. I think we're gonna get them. I think that they may be something that's next year's drop early in the 2026, but I think with the way that they're doing New Eternia and all that other stuff, I think it's inevitable, right? We've got, like, I know they have, I don't think we have any translucent Masterverse stuff yet, right? As far as the material, but you've got the Turtles of Grayskull with all the translucent material they're using. I think that all they would need to do is like the Beastman or the Moss Man Turtles type material with the obviously the Masterverse size. I think we'll get them. I think we will. I'm those are definitely actually those are ones maybe we should start being loud about and let Mattel make sure they hear us about it, right? You hate 3D printing. Oh no. What about printing larger figures? Yeah, I mean, like this was printed with resin, this big castle and my big Skeletor, but the castle I would have been a lot better off doing it with the other printer, with the FDM printer, or the filament style. I haven't started it yet. Like, it's stupid of mine. Like, what I want to do next is, now that Lovely Evil Horde, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but Lovely Evil Horde is complete with the base of Grayskull and the bridge. He's got all of that done. Plus, I already have the third wall, and I would just need to do the back wall. So he's got the back wall completed to attach to the third wall. So it would be a full castle. And he's got the bridge. That is what I really want to break out my 3D printer, my filament. I have one sitting up here I have never used. I have never even put it together. But that, I think, is what's going to get me to start using that other one, is printing that big stuff. Because the resin, I don't even want to go there with it. Like, after this thing, printing large stuff with resin it's just so heavy. And I think it'd be so much better to do it with the other type of printer. And Alf Inflict has helped me with that as well. He's told me a lot about it. It's like, dude, don't, like, that printer is going to do so much more. Masterverse Blade. Ooh, he was tough, man. Like, unless they give a restock, all we were finding them on was, unless there's somewhere foreign that has them, somewhere out of the United States, because you're basically looking at BBTS and Entertainment Earth were the only two that had him, right? And then the pre-order sold out within however long, and now I haven't seen any of them. Like, I only ordered one. I don't know if anybody ordered a bunch, but unfortunately, yeah, that's a tough one right now. I think a lot of people are in the same boat. I had an FDM one, printed a laser light Skeletor, but after I printed the other prints fail and I have a glue stick, I didn't know what to do. Yeah, honestly, and I'm not 100% on that either. I think those are the ones where you want to, how's that hairdo? You want to get, maybe either talk to customer service with it, depending on what style of printer you have. Like, just contact the manufacturer, and or maybe one of the 3D printing groups. That would be a big thing to say, this, you'd have to get technical on what happened. You say, this is what happened. This is what it's looking like. Have some pictures maybe, and post it on those 3D printing, or look through those groups and see maybe if somebody in the past has had the same issue and has had it solved. That way you can maybe learn from somebody else's question, or talk to somebody that's got one. I know this guy's got one as well, that he's already starting that Grayskull stuff. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, he's got the platform, and classic scale is going to be huge. Oh, dude. Yeah, I could imagine, dude. I can imagine. Horde Zombie He-Man Slime Pit and the Vintage Collection sculpt would be nice. That, I agree. That big, I mean, and that one, or even the newer style buck with like the traps. Like, either one of those would look fine. Like, I like the way, like the new Fisto buck, how it's got that, or the new He-Man battle armor buck, where it's got not the huge chest, but it's got a good sculpt to it. I do kind of like that one as well. I'm buying a huge family printer for bases. Dude, like, have you seen, I'm sure you have, but like, I watch Uncle Jesse a lot, and a lot of the real 3D are like, why do you watch that guy? But he, you know what? He shows his mistakes and he helps you and he learns from whatever. And it's just entertaining. But that big Elegoo one, I think it's like 2,500 or 2,000, where it's like 3 feet tall by 3 feet wide and 3 feet deep. It's like a huge box. Could you imagine? I mean, especially with the horror stuff, what you could print with that thing. Holy cow. That'd be or Orange Giga, that's probably it, right? That's the one. That's the big one right there. Goes for these days. Yeah. And that, honestly, that's one thing, like I talked about before, Faker Battle Cat always kind of helped me out with that, because him being he's a hustler, man. He likes to, his joy is in the wheeling and dealing and trading and all that stuff. And he always does that. If he knows or hears about rumblings about a figure coming out in Masterverse, he will get rid of, and he'll drop that that Classics one because he knows the price is going to drop, because once Masterverse hits, the value kind of goes down a little bit for those. And if you're doing it just to wheel and deal, then yeah, it's definitely worth doing that. And Jetman's got his printer working. Hell yeah, I love it, man. Print life, baby. What up? Yeah, definitely. And they're not that expensive. And especially if you have some experience with a printer like that, with an FDM, like Elegoo's got good ones. I've always been a fan of Elegoo. I've got the one now. I haven't started using it. I know Alf's got an Elegoo as well. Bamboo's got the good ones also. I know Random Diorama has nothing but good things to say about the Bamboo printers that he has. So it's definitely a lot of good ones out there that really aren't too crazy pricey. So hell yeah, Jetman. What 3D printer do you use? I haven't messed with it in years. I have, so I have an Elegoo Saturn 2, an Elegoo Saturn 3. I have 2 Elegoo Mars 3s and 1 Elegoo Jupiter. So of course, all of them are planets. So the Saturns are the mids, the Mars are the small size, and the Jupiter is the large size resin printer that they have. And all of them are wonderful. Like the smaller ones, I have it if I want a quick job and I'm doing like these I printed in the Elegoo Mars because I have the 2 small ones with the fancy resin that glows in the dark. So I have 1 Elegoo with the red resin glow in the dark and 1 Elegoo Mars with the blue resin glow in the dark. My Jupiter's full of gray resin, and my Saturns, I have 1 Saturn with the glow in the dark green in there currently, and then another one that's just straight gray. So I have 2 printers set up to print gray resin of anything that I want to use that I'm going to paint. And then if I want to do something glow in the dark, I have 3 different printers set up with glow in the dark resin in there. So, and I leave the resin in there as long as there's no error or something is going wrong with it. You don't have to take the resin out. It sits in there. You just put the cover on it and it's fine. So good stuff though. All right, 3D printing is a huge learning experience. Hebrew kind of got me started, and Todd has a lot of fails too. Yeah, absolutely, it is. It's not always going to go perfect, man. And I've had a lot of problems with a lot of things too. But also, you learn to figure things out. Like there's so many things that I've printed that 80% of it or 95% of it, I'm sorry, looks good, but there's a spot that I need to fix. Like even with that jet or that ship that I did, the spaceship that I did for Marlena that I haven't gotten to finish sanding yet. But there was a part that printed and it failed in one certain area. But I got some putty and I went around it and I fixed it. And you know, it was a part that wasn't like on display in the front. It was kind of hidden a little bit. So it worked out. As long as you can figure it out. Because sometimes it's like, God, I don't want to print that really big piece all over again. But sometimes you have to. Sometimes that's just the way it goes. But then this one, this one I walked in from taking a picture outside. Get out of here. Get out of here. And I dropped it. And it broke into like 6 or 7 different pieces. Thankfully, it broke in big pieces and I had to re-glue it. But dude, I didn't cry, but I was like defeated when I dropped that one. I was just like, all that work. I did 10 straight days of work on that thing and then I drop it. So Alf, he uses Cura Slicer. I'll have to download that one as well because right now all I have is what is it? The one that comes with Elegoo. I forget already. Damn it. Anyway. Oh, my video. Oh, crap. Yeah, look, it says connection is unstable. Let me close a couple things here. Sorry, guys. I need to start hardwiring this, man. I really need to start hardwiring this. And it's weird because like Tasty Cake does, sometimes it just takes a little bit, and yeah, I can see myself being a little choppy. Okay. Let me close. Damn it. Let me just close these for a second and see if it gets back up. 1 sec. And that could be because of the storms and stuff today. We had a little bit of a storm. I really do need to plug it in. It's still saying it's unstable. Let's see. Let me go. Just cleared up a little. Okay. Well, and I closed up those windows that I had open. I wanted to show off those Mattel Creation stuff. The first thing, well, actually, let me just do this real quick and see, since we've got it. Let me see if it'll work or if it'll keep being choppy. Let's see. And I was thinking too, honestly, like I might cut it short tonight anyway, because I've been saturating myself. You know, like when you see people on every damn day, you're like, good Lord, man, get off of YouTube for a while there. I think that's kind of how I feel about myself now, because it's just been on so much with these live sales and shit. But let me see. So this is what I wanted to do. I had this stuff open this entire time. That's probably why it was jacked up. But yeah, guys, I think that's what I'm going to do. I really, maybe by next week, I've got a lot of work to do. But if I can figure out a way to get some stuff set up behind, I can just, I don't really need anything crazy in the background, just a couple things here and there just to make it set up. But I really want to move this to downstairs, move this desk to downstairs and start doing the lives from there. I know my toy room is ideal for that, but it's just the connection. Unless I figure out a way to get my router up here, which I guess I could do that if I can just wire it through the floor. Yeah, maybe I'll just wire it through the floor. That way I don't have to move anything, man. Okay, so now that I'm done yapping about that, let me jump over to a new tab. I hate when that does that. Let me stop that screen and present the second screen. Let's share this screen. So, holy moly, look at this guy, man. I was, okay, so it wasn't like a total shocker, because I remember this prototype that was going around with this look, and you were like, but then I was like, well, maybe they just didn't, you know, because once we got that King Hiss, that was like, okay, well, that's it, you know, that was the end of the waves and all that. So him being a single release by himself, it makes sense. But I think it just, oh, that's what I might need to do. Timescales, hold on, like this here, I might just run a wire, because I know there's a hole over here in the ground, or through the floor, and this is right above where my router is. So maybe I'll feed, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just get a really long cable, feed it up through the floor, and then plug it in. Then you guys will see me as ugly as I can be and as clear as I can be. No, you're good, man. Thank you. I appreciate you letting me know. No, I'm not. It's not because of that. It's not because of that. I appreciate you telling me. I've been thinking about that since the beginning, as far as getting it, either moving it down or trying to get. I didn't even think. That's how I was on that one. You taught me. You learned me a little time skills. I forgot about just running a wire and putting that through the floor, because like I said, my router's downstairs, but it's directly below me. So I'd be able to run it just up the back wall and then plug this sucker in up here, and it'll be, like I said, clearer than I've ever been, which, because I've noticed some of the lives that I've had before, like when I'm rewatching something, I'm like, oof, I don't like the quality of that one. Be cool if there's a way we could show us pics through this chat on your stream. I'd love to show you my prints in progress here. Well, I mean, if you send it to me on Instagram, I could probably share it, share it. I mean, I wouldn't be, I could probably share it that way. But yeah, it is such a good one. And with the fact that it comes with the damn throne, man. Like, come on, like that part of it. Let me open this window here, and then we'll stop sharing this one, and we'll present this one. Where is it? Okay. This one. Holy cow. So, whoops, let me close this. I don't want to have everything open. I don't want to mess up. So the fact that the box, obviously, they do so well with the box art. They've always, who is it? Man, I've been on a blank slate today. Oh, I forgot his name. Dang it! But you guys know who I'm talking about. Help me out, buddy. Who's the guy that does the box art stuff? He always does the design for the boxes. Dang it! Completely blanked on it. How do you make an intro on a live stream and put? We'll Jetman, yeah. Let me Axel. No, Axel does the artwork, but the guy that Roy Juarez does the actual design of the box. Like he gets the artwork and puts it together, and he has a plan of what the box is going to look like and stuff. But they've got it to where like this top piece here, where there's a face on the top of the chair where the throne, and you could take it off and put it on the actual figure. It's just, let me open up that one where it's got them all together, where it basically shows everything at once. Yeah, let me show you this one. New tab, stop screen, present. This one. Here we go. So that's a good clear shot of what we're looking at there. Holy cow. That one is so good, man. I mean, you could just look at all the spine, the metallic spine stuff. Like you've got like that, I don't know, like it, just everything about that one. It pops, man. It really does. So this is the back of it where you can take that piece off and use it as a head for the figure. And this, I'll show you guys this one now in the new tab. Let me close these off real quick. I don't want, yeah, let me close this. And there, here we go. I'll open this one up. I just don't want to have all these tabs open to make myself all jacked up. So let's present this one. So you've got the one head on the top of the throne that looks freaking badass. Then you've got the Skeletor head. Then you've got the two different Shredder heads and the little blades on the arms to clip on the wrist there. It just, and it's $49, 49, 47, 49. I think it was 49. Yeah, 49 for this set. And it's going to be, San Diego Comic-Con. So Mikey's going to get it early because he's going to be there in line. I'm just going to, obviously I'm going to order one if I can. If I'll be able to afford it, I'll order one because that is one I don't want to miss. 45. Thank you, Alf. I'm sorry. It wasn't 49. It was $45. So, yeah, it's just this whole thing with the flags and it's just awesome. They did really good with this one. Granted, I think it's weird that they displayed it and they're showing it after the line is done, but I guess for it to being like a good cap off of the line and saying, okay, here's the grand finale piece. Even though the King Hiss was a pretty damn nice grand finale piece, it could have been. But obviously, yeah, finish off with Shredder and Skeletor, and I like it. I really do. It's a good one. I'm not mad at it for sure. It's a really good looking set. The look with the blade arms and the gold helmet is giving me Rise of TMNT comic vibes, most current TMNT prior to Mutant Mayhem. And that I would not know anything about, but I'm sure if it does, then it is. Absolutely. Predict very quick sellout. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. 100%. That's a crazy. Yeah, I think so too. Honestly, $45 for all of that. I'm kind of surprised. It's figure about that. It's less than Too Bad. Too Bad was 50. So the fact that you're getting it for less than, I mean, I guess, yeah, Too Bad technically had two figures and then you put the one into the third. So, I mean, I guess there is more to it, but the fact that you have 1, 2, 3, 4 different heads, counting the one on the top of the chair, and you've got, yeah, I'm sure they use the bottom of Skeletor's throne from Snake Mountain. You could tell it looks kind of like that.
or something similar, right? But yeah, it's great. I'm definitely in on this one. It's not. Is it bad that I'm more excited for this than you are the Fright? No, not really. I mean, and the Fright Zone being under $100 is a big deal too. I think that's another good thing. Um, yeah, absolutely. A regular Skeletor needs a throne, so I'm getting extras. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's not bad. Not many toy lines get to have a nice send off. So this is good. I agree. It is a good bookend. I agree. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't have been mad at the King Hiss being the bookend, but you know what? This one, obviously, there's a lot more to it, and this one is going out with a bang as opposed to just, a standard release. I agree. And I just thought it was weird that it was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive for the last figure of this set. And usually they want to do that to hype up something moving forward, and you're getting like the first or second or like a large piece in something that's just starting out, I guess. Maybe that's my thing with that. But either way, I think it's fine. I think it's good. It's gonna be a freaking awesome set. And after that, real quick, let's jump over to the Dwelling of Doom. We already have seen a lot of these pictures, but we do finally have the box art, which does open up a few Easter eggs with that sketchbook Skeletor / He-Man thing, with those like square armor pieces that they have on the chest with those two guys. So you can see here with the He-Man that he's got that little hexagon chest plate. And then same thing with Skeletor. He also has that hexagon chest plate. So they both have, so that's probably going to be that sketchbook Skeletor He-Man where they have that extra piece there. I'm not sure if they probably would come together, right? That would make more sense if they did, or maybe they'll do them separately. Each one individually will have their own. But then the Orko without the O, which is a little weird. He doesn't have his standard O there. This is kind of, and then you've got the like the Lords of Power pieces with Man-at-Arms and with Beastman. Those are those two Lords of, no, not Lords of Power. You have the red Beastman, which is your Lords. It is the LOP, but it's the red one. Obviously, the LOP doesn't have that red one in the 4-pack or 5-pack. But then you've got the Grizzlord. But that little monster dude, I did really good with that drawing in there. And then it looks like you got the Buzz-Off inside the jail cell there. If you see right here in the back, you could see his stripes. So, and he's got the human face Buzz-Off. That's going to be cool. If you plugged into Snake Mountain and place Skeletor's throne. I'm sure it would be able to. It looks like it. It looks like it would be. Snake Lair version 2 at San Diego Comic-Con this year. That would be nice. They reapplied for, or they had the license come up or something like that. I think Toy Habits found something that they actually had renewed the name or had done something with that it had come out with those. So hopefully it would be smart to have Fright Zone available, then show off the Slime Pit since they go together because of Horde Faction. Yeah, I'm not mad at any of that. And I know this guy isn't either. Alf is a huge Horde fan. So early versions of Lord of Power, early art concepts. There you go. So yeah, so you've got the He-Man, the Skeletor, the Buzz-Off, the Orko. I mean, this whole setup is great. I love the face on the end of it too, like this little face here on the end of the building. That's so cool. Definitely is a really cool freaking set, man. Beautiful box art again. They always knock out the park. Absolutely. Shirella is awesome because it's a head and color change away from the Beast Woman of the new Eternia box. But I would think that they're gonna do that in Masterverse. I don't think they're gonna do that in Origins. I think every teaser we've seen her has been Masterverse, hasn't it, Alan? I definitely think I think it's going to be a Masterverse piece. What's up, Joey? He's at rehearsal just saying, yo, thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. If you guys aren't following Joey on any of the socials, you guys need to. Joey's a badass. Joey's my boy. Sketchbook Buzz-Off. There you go. Hell yeah. Concept Buzz-Off. There you go. I predict a Sketchbook 2-pack with He-Man and Skeletor with a single pack release of Sketchbook Buzz-Off. Sounds good to me. And what about the Orco though? Maybe they, since they have this Orco thing, maybe they'll release one without, you know, other than the fact that they should have already released the one without the O, since they used that one for Uncle Montorque, but they still left the O on there. They should have done something different there. I wonder if Fright Zone will display okay with classics or Masterverse figures. Apparently, it's a little larger than the vintage. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, I think it would. Like, I have a lot of Masterverse around my Eternia. I think they do fine. I think it looks fine over there. I have an extra large. Did you guys, I don't know, since we're doing 100% total glow up. Yeah, 100% in. Yeah, I agree. When it, not only just the fact that it's got that creature instead of a puppet hand, but the face on the edges, the fact that it's bigger, it's got that, I don't know, all the way around. I do think it's just that much better. Alf says, keep that horde coming. It has, but just the head. Oh, okay. Oh, so for you to make it. I'm sorry. Yeah, absolutely. I get you. Well, let me pull this one down real quick so I can show you guys real quick. Let me throw this. Let me stop that screen. I know you probably have seen it. I know maybe we have some new folks in here. I want to show off a little bit of one of my 3D prints that I did. I did it in 150%, I believe. Let me grab it real quick. But this is going to go good with all that stuff that's coming out. As long as I don't step on everything that dropped. All these stuff that dropped. Oh. So we're talking about the Slime Pit He-Man. So this is my 140% printed Slime Pit. It's got I did the top guy in clear. I did the hand in clear. And then, of course, I painted that hand, which I didn't want to do this whole piece in clear just to leave the 3 fingers in clear. That would have kind of been off. But then I was able to, I painted it, and then I used some, I did a lot of airbrushing for the black on there. And then I, of course, used the red as well. So this is my 140% slime pit, a working slime pit as well. Like I could put some slime in this bad boy. It does work. So, but you know, the other thing I did on mine, so the slime pit actually, when you look at the face of the slime pit, it has that Hordak on it. And the Hordak is really like, it's just kind of, the details aren't very good on the Hordak face on there. So what I did was I got RBL 3D or Rebel 3D. I got the face of the Hordak that he had made for a custom figure, and I cut it in half, and I placed it pre-print on here to use that really good looking Hordak face. So the Hordak on here is very clear. I printed the head on the He-Man in clear, and then I just painted the body with the green. And then, of course, the hatchet I printed in the clear green also. But yeah, he's just the standard Masterverse that I just painted up and then used a 3D printed translucent green head on there. So this one absolutely is one of my favorite pieces that I've printed. Like I said, just big enough to fit Masterverse. I mean, if you put a Masterverse figure inside, underneath, it's perfect, right? So it would fit Origins or Masterverse in there as well. So I'm gonna go put this back real quick. Oh, goodness. Oh, dang it. Don't pick stuff up by its head. Okay. I'm just gonna put him up there. All right, sorry guys. Sorry about that. So so yeah, that was one of my favorite things. And that honestly, that's kind of one of the things that I look at, like why am I not doing more 3D printing stuff? Like there's so many talented artists out there that make these digital renders or these digital figures or play sets or vehicles or whatever, and I have all this stuff to print with. So why am I doing my channel toward unboxing stuff? I still like doing that, and it's still enjoyable to me. But for me, like it's more about like I love doing the 3D printing stuff. So, and I'm not bad at painting. I'm a pretty decent painter. So that's one of the other reasons why like the channel, as far as the lives, are going to stay the same, just me being being me. But the videos that I make aren't going to be as many unboxings. It's going to be more printing stuff and painting stuff. So all right, so I think I lost a few rows of chat here, so let me jump back in. So we got Motu Prince, looks well done, thank you very much. David, I appreciate it. And if you want more vintage looking Fright Zone monster, I make a wicked oh yeah, with that big face. Oh god, insane, man. Sky, thank you Sky, I appreciate it. Nolan, thank you very much. Steve, Obi-Wan, is that a custom sign? Yes, that was one that I just kind of messed with by myself, and like I said, I printed that head in green a while back, and I thought, you know what, I should just do it in Masterverse. Thank you, Motu Guru, appreciate it, man. That is a scale they need. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Alan. Hey, means a lot coming from you, man, because I know you do a lot of awesome work, man. You and Alf, when I get positive feedback from you and Alf, that makes a big difference, man. I'm gonna need a slime pit. Why haven't they released as much? Yeah, absolutely. And then especially like, obviously that they're doing that in Origins, and a lot of this, they don't really do a lot of stuff in Masterverse, but that scale would be so good, because not only would you sell it to Origins, but you could sell it to Masterverse and Origins fans alike. If you made it bigger, you could fit everything in there and it would be fine. Like that scale at 150%, it's really not that much bigger than your standard size. It's a 50% upscale. That's all it was. It would, yeah, oh, absolutely. It'll fit classics. And if I had myself a classics slime pit He-Man, if that wasn't so damn hard to find, then that's who would be in there for sure. But that's why I had to make my own Masterverse, because just it definitely wouldn't do. Can we start a bid on this? I could probably make another one. I mean, well, Motu Prince, let me revisit that. We'll revisit that one. Let's put a pin in that one, and maybe I'll make another one, because that literally on my Jupiter, on my big printer, it was kind of a scary thing, because it's like, oh my god, if it fails a little bit, it's going to waste a lot of resin. I printed the back all on one print. I printed the bottom all on one print. So I had two separate prints that were long. Of course, they're probably like 10-hour prints. So probably about 20 hours into that. And then I printed the skull in the clear. I printed that on my Mars, on the smaller one. And it worked out really good. So, I mean, and it wasn't that difficult. Like as far as like the Crystal Castle, I don't want to do that anymore. But that slime pit was not, it was fun. That one was more fun to make than any of these that I've printed, honestly. Like the collector was pretty fun to print, but it was very time consuming and it was difficult. This one was awful. The Skeletor was fun. This 200% Skeletor was fun as hell. And it's funny because I did one video on Instagram or on I think on Instagram and TikTok, maybe even YouTube. I did one video of the chest when I took it out in grayscale, and I spun the armor and just did a thumbs up. It was like a short little thing. Got more views than anything I do. It's so weird. I just don't understand the algorithm. It's so crazy. I don't try to understand it, but hey, Motu Prince, I'm not against that, dude, because I'm okay with making another one of those. I mean, if I did make another one, I think Guru might just run to my house and just throw cash down on the table and take it from me. Because he's right down the street. So he'd be like, hey, Kenzo, come here real quick. Oh, shit. But let's see. We should do a once a week together. Cause dude, absolutely would love doing that, Alan. I would, hell yeah. I'm in. I'm in, man. We pick a night that works good for both of us. I am absolutely in. That zombie horde He-Man from Classics going big bucks. Absolutely. I think it was a con exclusives. Yep. Painting in Masterverse body and customized head is great alternative. Yeah. I mean, that's all I could do. That thing is going for like $400 or $500 or something like that. It's crazy. It's a real pain to find complete. Right. And it is. And for me, I thought if I do this and I wasn't sure it was going to print as good as it did. It printed so good, and fixing that Hordak face on the front, that did everything for that thing for me. When I look up there and I see those red glowing eyes and I see that Hordak face, if you look at the one on the original Slime Pit, you don't see that. You see it a little bit, but it's like blurry and it's just not detailed, and that's why I think that's absolutely an upgrade, just not just the size, but because of the face. Dude, I absolutely would love to do that, because especially because that's kind of the angle I kind of want to start taking, is doing, artwork and customs and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, we saw it, right? We saw it on the box, the Shredder Slime Pit. I mean, you know what they could do is they could do the Slime Pit and then just offer those parts with it to add that different head on there. I mean, why not? To where you could do a standard and a turtle. Like, why not do that? Make some money. Like, fuck, they can do that. Granted, they would make more money doing them separately, but Mattel should be making vehicles and play sets to fit both lines. I agree 100%. They're leaving money on the table. It makes so much sense to just, because they even asked, that's like all the questions when you watched Mattel doing the release and the day that they did the drop for Eternia, the number one question you see in there, does it fit Masterverse? Could we fit Masterverse? Could we fit Classics? Could we fit, like, don't tie yourself down to the smaller scale. If you make it for all the scales and you make it just a little bit bigger, you don't have to make it that much bigger to scale with everything. Like, granted, Eternia, yes, I could see Eternia, that would be quite a bit bigger, but a lot of the stuff that they're making, they could, like Fright Zone, probably, I think, might fit everything. It looks kind of like it might. I hope it does. But yeah, I agree, Sky. They're leaving money on the table, man. So dude, hey, you know what? I appreciate it. That means a lot, man. I was, as an artist, you look at your stuff and you're always your biggest critic, and you always kind of like, it's okay, I could do better, or like, this is all right. A lot of times I always just give credit to the person that made the digital render, but I've been told a few times, more than a handful of times, is that, hey, if you don't paint it correctly, it still looks stupid. So I think that's one thing that I need to stop being I want to be a little bit less hard on myself about. I've always done pretty good with being a confident painter. Say I'm pretty good at it, and I know I can match paint very well. I'm really proud of myself with that one. But, like, even like this one here, I matched the paint so good on it. Unfortunately, it dropped and the teeth broke, so I got to fix it, or I got to make another one. But I mean, like, my Moat Man, I was able to get the gray just right and the blue just right and paint up the middle with the airbrush to get it faded just like that. And then Yurko made the weapons for me to where it still looks like kind of more of a stone look. And then I used Buzz-Off's arms and his legs. And then the torso I printed with the tail in it. So, like, little things like that. I've always been, pretty okay with the way I paint. Like, I but otherwise, you kind of like, yeah, it's okay. But that one, when I finished the Slime Pit, I was like, I like that one. Like, I was proud and excited to put that one up in the shelf. Like, that one was one of my favorite pieces that I've done. So for sure. Classic Zombie dipped from a little bit. It's up 300 again. God, that's crazy, man. I just told me she wants it. See, there you go. And you're right down the street and be like, other than that, maybe we could work out since it's your daughter, maybe we could just work out a Crystal Castle deal instead. Cause I don't know. It's just sitting there behind me. It's cool and all, but man, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it there. It's like it's on a roller and I run into it all the time. I don't know. Maybe I'll get rid of. The only thing is with that one, I said if I ever sold the Crystal Castle, it would only be local, only be local pickup because I cannot ship that. And it's so delicate. There's absolutely no way. We got to start showcasing our 3D prints and customs on a show. Get people to throw in their work to make a whole thing auction. Dude, you guys, honestly, I am 100% with that. Like, you know, obviously my goal was to be able to do this for a living, like this whole thing, like Alan, obviously it's not even say Alan works all the time and he puts in so much work, but Alan is the quintessential love what you do and never work a day in your life person. Like, I admire that more than anything. The fact that this guy does art for his job and he makes freaking badass horror or haunted houses and horror pieces, and then he's got enough to where he's making a freaking like insane mansion, snake mansion instead of a snake mountain. It's like insane. So can I just get an Origins battle ram, dude? And there's a file for that. So that's another one I want to print. I don't know if Alf has printed that one yet, but I know there's one out there. Dude, and that's it, man. Like I said, I respect and I admire that 100%. Like that's the dream. That's the goal, is to be able to make art and make a living on it. And obviously it's in toys, it's you just got to hustle, and my hustle button has been broken. Not broken, but it's been on the fritz, and I need to repair that hustle button where I'm doing a little bit. And you know, these blind boxes are helping my hustle button do well. And I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg. You know, we can do so much more with it because I mean, as collectors, what do we want more? What do we want? Unique. We want something that's specifically to us, or maybe just us and a handful of people. And some people are going to be like, I would never buy that because I only want original stuff from Mattel. I don't want any kind of extras. I don't want 3D printed. Some people look down on 3D printed stuff. That's fine. But I think there's more that don't than do. You know, I think there's a lot more people that accept it and that are good with it than that, you know, that don't like it. So, and especially in this day and age where you think like instead of having to waste $50 on an extra figure or 30 or $40, whatever the prices are at the time, like hell, why not? If you have an older figure, why not just upgrade it with a different head and the body parts and different armor and stuff like that? And like a lot of those things that like Aliencito's doing, like he just dropped that new Manny Faces kit, and it's just awesome, dude. Like it's a whole kit that you put on an Origins piece, and it's got the rotating faces, and he has the different, like the classics version where you have like the He-Man face and the Skeletor face as opposed to just the Manny Faces. So it's just exciting to see what's out there. It's right now not just the world of collecting, but the world of customizing. There's so many options that are available right now. And yeah, that Spikor kit. And what's funny, Alan, which makes me laugh, is that I even messaged him and I said, hey, I've seen that before. Let me show you. So it's not exact. It's not exact, but when Aliencito made that first armor for the Origins, I actually modified mine to fit Spikor. And his is a little different. Of course, he added a little bit to it, but yeah, I think I mean, I'm sure I showed him it once I finished it, but he took it a step further as far as the design. But yeah, I mean, all I did on that one was I added the spikes on Mesh Mixer because you can add a cone, and I just added a cone to every circle on the actual armor, and then I painted it to match the purple on his head. And then I used the body of, who did I use? Whose body? I used somebody else's body and I painted it to match. And I had to paint the torso to match. because of course he doesn't have an actual torso in the color of his skin. He just has the spike chest. So I had to paint the torso to match his skin, and then I added that armor on there. So that was, yeah, that one was cool. That one was a fun one to finish. So, but yeah, the Spikor kit was fun, and like I said, I'm definitely happy with the one I completed. And the only thing with mine, I think he might have made it a little bit better because mine is super sharp. So like, I don't even want to take it off. Like I took that little piece off, and now it's going to be kind of hard to put back in because I can't squeeze it because I don't want to hurt myself, because I actually made the spikes a little too sharp. So I don't want to mess with that one. So if Mattel can make San Diego Comic-Con exclusives to finish off the Turtle Grayskull line, it'd be nice to, they threw Classics fans a bone with a one-off San Diego Comic-Con exclusive once in a while. Dude, I mean, I mean, they probably still own those molds, right? I mean, I'm sure they still own all that stuff, so that would be cool. I mean, they're doing it for the vintage, right? Like they're doing that Target exclusive with the vintage with He-Man and Skeletor. Like, why not, right? They would make so much. They would absolutely do phenomenal. I mean, these are great ideas. Like there's so many good ideas out there that they need to listen to the fans, man. Ronnie Trickshot, what's up, my friend? From Contest Club in Melbourne. One more flight to go. Oh man. So yeah, Ronnie was just in the States. He was over at Joe Fest. And so he's barely getting home now, huh? Holy cow, or almost getting home. That's cool. Well, stay safe, travel safe, man. I'm glad you're almost home. That's how long is the travel there? I mean, I know there's a lot of time zone changes and stuff, but like when you break it down to the hour, how many hours is it to get over to the States, man? I'm sure it's probably, I'm sure you probably get annoyed sitting in a plane that long, but that's okay though, right? It's fun stuff. You probably I'm sure you had a hell of a time over at Joe Fest for sure. 4 flights total. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I bet you're gonna sleep for a full day when you get home, man. That absolutely feels like one of those where you'd be like, yeah, I'm tired, man. Oh my God, almost a full day in the air. Oh, holy shit. Man, that's dedication right there. Here I am bitching about living in Colorado and being farther away from all the cons. Like, oh, California is a, 12-hour drive or whatever else, or it would take a couple hours to fly over there. And here Ronnie is spending a whole 24 hours in a damn plane. So he's dedicated, man. That's another reason I need to kick myself in the butt and get to one of those good cons, man. Next summer, I absolutely am going to do everything I can to get to San Diego Comic-Con. I really want to go. We already got Mikey down there. He already offered let me sleep on his floor with Thor. Just joking. That would be cool though to head over there. Oh God, I could imagine. And just the one that a lot of people I worked with at the prison, like, you take breaks in there, you don't get a lunch, you don't go out, you don't do any of that shit. So you can't even have cigarettes on the grounds. So you always knew the people that smoked, because near the end of the shift, or if we had to stay late for overtime or something, they were cranky as hell. Because yeah, that's one of those things where you had to you couldn't do it. You had no place to smoke because you couldn't do it. I'm not going to do it tonight because I've already managed to yap with you guys for almost right at 2 hours, but I got a couple more I want to open up. Maybe I'll do videos on these. So I got a couple of variant colors, and I have actually the red one as well. I want to open up all my Jada stuff. I really think I'm going to have a nice little Jada area. I have one Mega Man Jada, but I do have quite a bit of the Street Fighter stuff. I have some more in the garage that once I go through all the other ones that I have marked with my little Post-its, that I'm going to get going on those too, so I can get them boxed up. But some friends from other channels traveled from Canada to Joe Face. Yeah, yep, absolutely. Well, I know Mega J and Steve from Delta 7, or and Ken from Delta 17 came down from Canada, and then Oz met him, and they went with Oz together. And let's see, yeah, there was a few. I know that came from different areas. Best thing about the trip, meeting friends. Absolutely, I agree, man. That's kind of why I'm like a little disappointed in myself not going to any of these yet. Like I've met a lot of really cool people on here, and I haven't yet to meet them. That's one of the things where I want to do that. So, like I said, I want to get my shit together, get my feet on the ground, get working, get back to normal life where I can survive and do things on my own, and then work up some vacation time, and then get my ass in gear. Because like they always say, if you have enough money, you don't have enough time, and if you have enough time, you don't have enough money. So one of these days, man, one of these days. Yeah, that's the other thing, is having to take it on the plane, or having so much room. That would be a good question to see if Ronnie got a good he went nuts, now he's broke. Oh shit. That means it was a good weekend for sure, right? Not just the traveling, but getting all the fun stuff too. So, well, what do you think, little girl? What are you doing? She's wagging her tail, looking at me. Yeah, absolutely, man. That's cool. That's really cool. Well, one of these days, man. Yeah, hopefully by next year I'll be back to the way. I mean, I have to. I have no choice to be back to normal and getting everything like I need. So, but guys, I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I went a little bit longer than I was planning on going, but it was a fun live. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for the 2 hours. Some of you that came from start to finish. If you popped in and hung out and just lurked, I appreciate you anyway. But I'm really glad I did this. Like I said, I wasn't going to do a live tonight just because I had done those other 3. So if you guys do and you have not seen any of the garage sale stuff, whatever I had on there, if I priced it, or if I hadn't priced it and you see something, reach out to me if there is something you want. I did leave links on my page to all my stuff, like my email. I left my Instagram, my X. So if you have no way of getting a hold of me, or you don't know how to, click the links on my homepage, and I have all the links to where you could get a hold of me. And just if you saw anything in those and you didn't catch the live, but you caught it on the replay, and you do like something and you want to talk about maybe purchasing it, let me know. Like I said, I had a lot of stuff. 3 days worth of lives, 2 hours at a time. That was a lot of stuff in there. So yeah, so it was a good time, man. It was a good time. So we got Industrial Industries World Radio. Welcome in. I don't think I've seen y'all before. That welcome in. You caught the very tail end of it, but I appreciate you stopping in and saying hi. Several travel means light clothes. Oh, that's true. That's very true. Awesome. Hell yeah. Wasn't gonna. Yeah, that's very true. Yes, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Nolan, Ronnie, Sky. Happy to have made it before you ended. Well, thanks for coming in and saying hello. Alf, thanks for hanging out, man. I know, like I said, looking forward to some of the stuff that you're making now, man. It's so cool. I'm excited, dude. It's really good stuff. All right. Well, I appreciate it for time scales. Thanks for sending them on over. And everybody, thank you for joining. And thank you for replay crew that watched it later. And again, like I always say, we will see you on the next time. But in the meantime, guys, please stay out the streets. Have a good night, everybody.